February 10th. Now, this may seem like I'm looking into the future because I'm going to be talking about events that happened on February 11th. But this video is for February 10th. Volkanovski versus Makhachev. That's probably the coldest fight I've seen. That's probably the coldest fight I've seen. You have the Super Bowl happening today. The Super Bowl. The king of all sporting events in America is happening today. And let me backtrack. I grew up in a household where football was prevalent. I grew up in a city. I'm from New Orleans. It's all about the Saints. You know what I mean? So football is a big deal. A big deal. And I followed it. Played football in the street. Joined the football team for a hot second. I wasn't a football player. But I couldn't care less about this Super Bowl. I couldn't care less. Because Volkanovski versus Makhachev was my Super Bowl. And it was, I won't spoil the winner. If you're not into the UFC, you would have to go back. You would have to go back to when I would say go back to when Conor McGregor became popular. Go back to when Conor McGregor became popular to understand why this Volkanovski-Makhachev fight is so amazing. Islam carries the torch of Khabib. Khabib retired undefeated. But this thing about Islam defeated my favorite fighter. So I'm looking at Volkanovski and I'm like, yo, this dude is nice. I would say he's number 2 on my list, So you beat my number 1 guy, I want my number 2 guy to get the revenge, you know what I mean? And man. The thing about sports, basketball, football, hockey, these athletes, use domination is in those sports is kicking your butt. I'm going to kick your butt on this court. I'm going to kick your butt on this field. If it gets heated, I'm going to really kick your butt with my fists. You know what I mean? But the thing about mixed martial arts is it cuts all of that out. There's no ball. There's no puck. There's no net. There's nothing but you and me. There's no team. You have your guys on the sideline coaching you, but it's all on you. And there's an idea I have about sporting events. There should be some. This is, and they will never give me money for this, but it's something I would like to see. It's something that should have been taking place. Because there was. They always ask, Kobe or LeBron, Kobe or Jordan, Jordan or Bird, Bird or Magic, Durant or LeBron. You have the All-Star Weekend. Do one-on-one games. Do a one-on-one tournament. You could have, point guards against point guards, shooting guards against shooting guards. Because a lot of basketball players will play a particular role, a specific role, once they get to the NBA. You know what I mean? I think about Patrick Beverly. He's, before he gets to the NBA, he's cooking people. He can score, you know what I mean? But this guy gets to the NBA and he has to, become a defensive player, And if these defensive guys play those who aren't professionals, they will cook an amateur, you know what I mean? There should be one-on-one football games too. You know what I mean? Like, let's see who's the best. We all grew up playing, most of us grew up playing on the street, you know what I mean? Just guard, like it would be Deion Sanders versus Jerry Rice, one-on-one. Randy Moss versus Jerry Rice, one-on-one. Let's see who's the best. But yeah, man, mixed martial arts. As a person who's into basketball, like I watch Jordan, I watch Kobe, I'm watching LeBron, I see Steph Curry. I watched football throughout the 90s, Tom Brady, I was a Patriots fan before Tom Brady took over Drew Bledsoe's spot. It's amazing to see what he's done, but the one-on-one fighting, striking, grappling, wrestling. It's intense. The intensity that I used to see in Tyson fights. The intensity that I used to see in Tyson fights, you get that frequently. You get that often in UFC fights, because you never know who's going to get knocked out. You never know who's going to get tapped out. And it's not a standing 10 count. You know what I mean? You probably, I don't know, maybe with boxing, I don't know, man. Maybe with boxing, they shouldn't let people stand up after a 10 count, and endure more brain damage. But maybe they should. I'm sure there are those boxers who have come back from a standing 8 and came back to win the fight. But mixed martial arts, man, it seems safe, you know, because immediately when you get to a point where you can't defend yourself, they stop it. I'm not even supposed to be playing this guy's music this loud, but I've shouted him out before.
Please drive inside.
I've shouted him out before. His music is dope. My health advice today, man, is you feel yourself getting a little sick, hit that zinc. Hit that zinc, get some get a multivitamin. Hydrate yourself. A few days ago, and I think I mentioned this, I felt chills, like I felt chills in my body. And I went home that night, got some zinc, like I took a ton of it. I took a ton of zinc and, you know, the daily multivitamin, and I woke up and I was all right. They say the common cold can't be cured, but I say anything can be cured if you get it early enough. That's the key. Peace.